Social groups. Representation of the father. The father in the family fulfills an ambivalent role. The family looks up to him and represents him to be the breadwinner and the leader to embody security. On the other hand, the reality is very different. He used to be a water photographer and has left him nursing hidden wounds. His trauma emerges of flashes of bad temper with the implication of the outbreak violence. As such, he is at once something of a hero, but in present a danger to his family. On balance, he is a negative representation, especially given the expectations of a stereotypical father, of protector and guardian, figurehead of the family.
Representation, the mother. Society has huge expectations of the mother as being a nurturer and a shield that always stand between the child and any upset. However, in our film, the mother is a transitory and fragile figure. The mother was seen as a glue holding the family together, with a mysterious disappearance sending shockwaves through the two daughters' lives. Her disappearance makes them question the solidarity and safety of their family home, and in particular points a finger at the father's actions. Her implied criticism of the father at the dinner table seems to challenge him and undermine his authority, leading to a nasty explosion of bad temper. Stereotypically, women are often pictured as vulnerable victims in crime drama and psychological dramas. The mother fills this role in the film when she is seen whimpering in her room, which alarms and worries her daughter. That is caused from another explosion from the father. Although the representation of the mother is sympathetic, she could be seen to be said as a strong woman.
Representation and narrative. A stereotype is a mistaken idea or a belief many people have about a thing or a group that is based upon how they look on the outside, which may be untrue or partially true. This enables the audience to recognise easily the role that the character has to play in the text. In many ways, stereotypes are a shortcut to the understanding. When Vladimir Prop studies Russian folklore and a set of narrative roles like a hero and villain in any story. In our film, the father is positioned as the villain, the mother as a victim, the daughter Alice as the hero, whose quest is to solve the mystery of the war photographer and avenge her mother and sister's death. In a short film, the audience must be able to recognise the characters' types and become engaged with the narrative quickly. For Levi-Strauss, the use of binary oppositions such as the protagonist and antagonist, old, young, native and foreign, performs this function. In our short, the audience quickly identifies the roles and the representations of the characters.
Stuart Hall's reading the text and reception theory. In our short film, the audience is challenged minute by minute about how to read the characters. We try to encode messages through the father, and also we deliberately gave messages of him as unsettled, troubled personality who lashed out despite himself. Our preferred reading of the text is that the audience initially sympathises with the father and other family members. However, we are aware that women in the audience may take an opposite reading and interpret the father and husband outbursts as unforgivable. Negotiating the reading is the challenge we set the audience. It is perhaps not until the final scene that they are given the evidence that they need to conclude that the father is the lost cause.